Hello and welcome to Community Frontline number 7. I am Rita Sursnes, Community Manager at Ritamoto, and welcome to this new stream. I hope it works now. I had some technical difficulties. Should be sorted now, hopefully. If something is wrong, please let me know so I can try to fix it. There was something wrong with the broadcasting software. And we had a lot of internet issues in the area here today, so it was pretty doubtful if I could even make it. It was great fun, you know, all the stores in the neighborhood, you could only pay with cash because all of these systems were dead. So it was quite interesting. But we're here now. So, yeah, let's talk a bit about what we are up to today. Yes, so first, going to discuss some news. Hopefully, somewhere either this week or early next week, we're going to start publishing the Rito Insider Summit summaries. We've been working really a shit ton on getting it ready and compiling all the data and the information. We listened to all the recordings of all the sessions we had, and we made summaries out of that. So now we just need to transfer them to blog posts and start publishing that information. Yeah, it's still a little in doubt in when exactly it is going to pop. Hopefully this week, maybe next week, but we're definitely working on that. Then we have also released a new CEO letter, which can be found on our website. If you go to heroesandgenerals.com. My cat is seeking attention. Uh-oh, he is coming. So if you want to read what our CEO has posted, then you can search our website. It's heroesandgenerals.com, and you can read up on what the CEO has prepared for you guys today. He's basically stating on what we're up to right now, what we've done, and what we are going to do. So make sure to keep an eye on that stuff. Stop breaking stuff. I'm hoping that's not too noisy, but the cat is starting to. Come on. Oh. Yes. Hold on. Yeah. Come on. So, and then we also have a new intelligence bulletin, which has recently been published, which also shows a bit on what we're working on right now, what we have been doing. So, yeah, make sure to check that out. Which brings us to the next point. Sorry, I have been a bit distracted. Yeah, I wanted to talk a bit about the free redeploy. There has been quite a bit of complaints about us offering the free deploy for a month because the queues have been significantly higher as usual. I've been keeping a close eye on the RTS stat on a daily basis and making sure, you know, like what are we really up against, what is being deployed. The wars are really short at the moment, less than an actual day usually. So yeah, that is something we are slightly concerned about. So we had a internal discussion on like, yeah, what do we need to do with this? It's been a difficult decision because we were like, yeah, the system in its state is pretty broken. It's being abused. There's a lot of players deploying assault teams, leaving them here. There's a lot of players just deploying to get the free war funds and not participating in a war. So actually the original idea was, or the original discussion we had is like, should we disable it, which was also the request of some of the players to disable it, but we've decided, like, we made the decision at the beginning of the month, and we promised to you guys we're gonna let it run for a month. So we are actually going to let it run for a month. So up until the 30th of November, we will still have the free deploy. And after that, we will also have to have a look, like, if the amount of assault teams being deployed is being maintained as it is right now, then we are going to look into significantly upping the stockpiles and maybe have a look at the production values as well, so it becomes a lot easier to deploy. And part of the reason why we don't necessarily do that right now is because we simply see that a lot of players are just deploying their assault teams and then doing nothing with it, and we just need to see how that turns out after the free deploy is being disabled to see if it's still effective to change the stockpile this much. Because in the end, it is kind of also smart, partially used to balance the RTS map a bit. It is unfortunate that in this particular case, that a lot of you guys are having trouble deploying units. I can see clearly on the graphs that primarily the US, but also the Germans have quite large queues, but even the Soviets are deploying a significant amount more than what they're used to. So after the 30th of November, which is the tomorrow, day after tomorrow, so it will be disabled tomorrow, as far as I know, yeah, we're gonna have a look at. I just need to let it run for a bit, and next week we're gonna have a look at like what have we been seeing for the past few days, what have we been seeing in the weekend, and do we need to make adjustments to the system to facilitate for easier deployment for certain factions. So yeah, I've said until the end of the month, but it is really, in reality, that is tomorrow. Because tomorrow is actually the 30th of November. I do hope that for those who did get to deploy their units now and then, that you got to restock some of your war funds, which you may have lost during the server issues. I get the feeling a lot of players who didn't even play that much with their units got a lot of profit from it. So yeah, but it will be removed, so just to be sure, it will be removed. As to the Deadman Walking saying, do you guys think about limiting generals per player? As much as we would like to, there is the problem that there is players around with so much generals already that you cannot put a limit on it anymore. And the thing is, if we were to put a limit on it, then what would we do to those who have that amount of generals? We cannot just remove it because they have purchased them with either credits or with gold. So it's kind of difficult to actually do something about it right now. The idea, however, is that within the new RTS system, we will hopefully find a way to make the RTS interesting. That's for sure. But also to have a look at like making the difference between a very, very large assaulting player and a small assaulting player a little less big, so everybody has an effect in the war. So that is kind of what I wanted to share a bit about the free deploy. So it's only one more day anyway. What I wanted to further show you guys, because we don't necessarily have a lot of new content right now. 1.10 is very much in testing phase, and there will be a separate dev stream for all the content coming in 1.10. So I will not be going into that much detail on that. So in order to have some fun, recently, because I showed the various assault rifles and the MGs and the LMGs on how they performed in terms of cone fire, I decided it might be a good idea, after some requests as well, to let you guys request which weapon you would like to see, and I can show you how the cone fire actually works. Meaning that it's going to be similar to the system I've used before. I'm going to enable a certain admin command on our internal test server, which allows you to see where the bullet actually shot and where it went. So that way we can do some fun comparisons with various weapons to see how they actually perform in terms of cone fire. And I see already a question here from Soest1200. What happened to the decision to change cone fire to implement more controllable spray patterns to increase the skill level, and the removal of NM cone fire update, RNG lowering, headshot hitbox decrease, balance between faction guns, semi-automatic rifles 2.5 times zoom, will all guns have same accuracy as M1 Garand at the same rate of fire? That's a lot of questions actually in one. So first off, the cone fire system, or rather the complaints about the amount of headshots, is something we are well aware of. It's pretty high on the list as well. It is on someone's board to actually do something with. He is, however, also focusing on some other stuff he has to do, but it's a pretty high priority for us to have a look at what we can do to increase the scale factor and reduce the randomness. So basically, it will be more based on skill to make headshots, and there are some various other solutions which we're looking into to settle that. So that pretty much answers the add-in cone fire, the RNG lowering head. We're not going to decrease the hitbox of the headshots. For this was actually also discussed, I think, during the Insider Summit. The reason why we're not going to reduce the headshots, the hitbox for the head, is for the simple reason that if you were to be on a very close range, for example, you could shoot somebody in the ear and it simply wouldn't even do any damage. You could shoot somebody in the neck, and because of the smaller head hitbox, it wouldn't even register. So there's absolutely no benefit in reducing the size of the hitbox. So that is something we're definitely not planning to do, because it would probably result in even more complaints like, I shot him in the head but it didn't register, and I shot him there and it didn't register. So yeah, that is not something we're planning to do. And in regards to the semi-automatic rifles 2.5 times zoom, there is the intention, note it's not in development yet, to increase the variety of available scopes, and in that case we will also have a look at the availability of certain grade scopes to infantry. So no promises yet on if they only get to use the 2.5 times scope or whatever, but we do plan to add some variety in the scopes. And in regards to the semi-automatic rifles having the same accuracy as the M1 Garand at the same rate of fire, is each semi-automatic rifle has slightly different characteristics, and they're really similar to each other. So I don't think at this moment there's any plans to make significant adjustments to the semi-automatic rifles. What we are working on is the current way we extract statistics from the system is rather resource and time consuming. So we're working on some internal improvements so we can pull out these stats a lot easier and a lot faster. So we can also, so it makes it much easier for us to look at weapon balance on a regular basis, but also to share some of these stats with you guys. So right now that is, for example, I've also been planning to show you guys some playing statistics, but unfortunately it simply takes a lot of time to get those extracted. Some fresh stats and to look at them and to analyze them and stuff like that. So yeah, but we were definitely planning to also release some more statistics to you guys. I also saw a topic on the forum, I think it was from Cibison, in regards to publishing certain stats like exact damage, exact muzzle velocity, stuff like that. It's something which I would really actually like to do, because I used to do that for tanks. But for the simple fact is that these stats are all in the game itself, and they're very hard to extract. So until we have figured out a way to make that quite easy, without us having to waste hours and hours and hours and days on extracting this stuff, we simply, it wouldn't be worth the time to do that. As much as you guys would like it, it is, if it becomes that much resource and time consuming, we have to make a consideration like, do we want to do this or do we want to focus on the actual development of the game? I see a question here from R.H. Ruzowski. Will bad physics related to bike backflips and random jumps be ever fixed? I'm guessing you're talking about the general vehicle physics, which are planned to be adjusted with the vehicle overhaul. But if you're talking about the ragdoll effect, don't think that's something that's going to change. That's pretty unique in Heroes and Generals, and it's, to be honest, I kind of like the ragdoll effect. It's pretty fun to mess around with. I'm just gonna fire this one up. Oh, no, hold on. I need to select the right map. No, I don't want to play in a counter. I want to play in town. So. Show cat face. There's cat face. He's sleeping in my arms, so this is gonna be fairly difficult. Oh, yeah, that probably made everybody deaf because it made me deaf as well. At Wehrmacht 1941, we are not aware of any of the planes being unbalanced in terms of performance, because they're not. Performance-wise, they're actually quite equal to each other. We are very much aware of the fact that, and that is where most of the complaints from the P-38 Lightning reside to, is that the P-38 is significantly outnumbering other planes in battles. So there's a lot more P-38 players than there is other heavy fighter players, which results in matchmaking imbalance. At Phoenix Flieger, wow, you found a match that fast. I'm on an internal test server, so I kind of forced the battle to start. And for the people who did hear that, that is a trauma helicopter flying over, so it could be a little noisy. And we will change the weather so it's visible for everyone actually. Because I think, yeah, it was a different weather type. Okay, so let's just quickly, I'm just gonna let the cat rest a bit. Give me a moment. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, oh, yeah. Give me a... I hope, actually I have to check, does the in-game work at the moment? Can you see the in-game? Yes you can, because previously it didn't work. Yeah, there's my favorite barn. Ah, nearly killed myself, what the hell. So, basically what I wanted to do, you guys, is you can suggest weapons which you would like to see how they actually perform in terms of cone fire. Previously I did the comparison of the Johnson in the old version and the new version, the SG in the old version and the new version. So right now you have the actual opinion, or you can have you can request the weapon you would like to see, the PPSH. Just need to quickly search the ID on my separate page, give me a moment, because I don't know all the IDs on the top of my head, but I will show you the PPSH. There it is, 33. There we go. So this is the PPSH. They will all be actually unmodified, so keep in mind that's the easiest way to also do this. Hold on. Show. Yes, there we go. So basically, I'm going to why not shoot at A1 wall? Oh yeah, I could actually go there. That's fine. Let's go to A1. So I will fire once not keeping it under control, and then I will fire once keeping it under control. This range is roughly 50 meters, I think. Pretty much. So this is going to be without the actual control. Ow! Hey! and once with keeping it under control. So actually, let's have a look up close. So this is actually, well, it was like 50, maybe 20, 25 meters distance. Yeah, probably 25 to 50 meters distance. Not much further, not much closer. So this is actually what you can see here. I can fly a bit to check how high it actually went. It went up in a pretty straight line, pretty much. No, well, it's a decent straight line. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. And this is actually well, I keep it under control. It's fired like this. So there's one like really an outliner, but the rest is pretty. There's a few outliners on the bottom as well, but for the rest it's pretty decently centered. So it's a pretty. I can do it from a further range if you guys would like to see. Hold on. I'll just have to get myself new ammo. I'll take a new piece of wall. So, what do you think the range would be on this one? If I stand like this, should be 50, maybe 100. So keep in mind there's always a certain random factor involved here. So the lines will always look slightly different as the other ones because, well, in this case I didn't control it at all, but it can be slightly different from the other one. Oh. So once again, I'll fly up a bit, if it works. Yes, there we go. So this is the long range. You can see the bullets are a little further away from, or a little further apart from each other now. So it's not a beautiful straight line anymore. It goes slightly to the left, upwards, and well, it's hard to see it on the parts when it actually passes the wall, but you can see the bullet drop in the distance. And this is when firing all at the same position. So this is keeping it controlled. And there's a few outliners again, as you can see, on the bottom and on the top, but most of it is actually still pretty centered. This was standing up, by the way. This is actually not. This was not in crouch position. Show where the bullets drop. Actually, I'm not sure how accurate this is in terms of bullet drop, because I'm not sure how much the bullet drop is actually implemented, but from here it would show that they actually oh wow, that goes really far. It's like roughly here. You can see it going in a curve. It goes in a curve. So this one actually goes in a curve earlier. It's like shooting rainbows. Okay, so yeah, we can compare it with the MP40. That's fine. I'll grab the MP40. Give me a moment. I just need to get the ID. 1 sec. MP40 is 31. Okay. So should be the MP40. So let's fire it up close first. I'll stand on this side. So this is again the, what is it, 10-50 meters? So this is without doing anything to control it. Just gonna have a quick look, like you see. Well, it has a lot less bullets, so it's again pretty much up, slightly to the left. So now I'll fire one to control it, and I'll fire it. I'll try to fire it close to this one actually, so we can compare. So this is actually, PPSH is on the left and the MP40 is on the right. And this one I try to control. There's one outliner a bit upwards and the rest is pretty centered, I would say. Yeah, I could be doing that, Squeak. It's probably automatic behavior. Did I crouch just now? I actually didn't see. Did I crouch? I crouched, fuck. Yeah, sorry. That is completely automatic, sorry. I'll do another one where I'm actually standing. Because I think I did the PPSH standing. So, oh yeah, it definitely seems like I was crouched. Well, actually, oh, it's. So this is actually, well, this is for sure standing. So it's still pretty centered. And for the far one, yeah, it's clear that it actually has a pretty similar pattern by the looks of it. Goes slightly up to the left. Okay, so let's go to the far range now. I'll fire one pretty much same range, one far away. So let's have a quick look. It's pretty spready. In comparison, well, actually the PPSH is pretty similar, but bullets go a bit to the left, go a bit to the right. It still goes to a slightly left upwards pattern, by the looks of it. So I'll just take one from close, which seems to be from roughly here. Hold on, I'll fire it at this. Where am I gonna fire it? Hold on, I'll fire it here. So here we can see it has a few outliners, actually quite a few outliners. Go on, one shot over here, one shot on the upper side, but the wrist is pretty centered in comparison to... Well, you have to keep in mind this is 71 bullets actually, so of course it's a lot more. But it has, well, in comparison, probably roughly the same amount of outliners. Was I crouching? Fucking hell. Why can I disable that in my... I need to disable crouch for myself permanently. Fucking hell. Sorry, no more swearing. That is so automatic that I crouch. I never ever, when I play on the live server, I never ever fire my gun without crouching. It's like an instant crouch when I start firing. So, let's do it again. Yeah, so now we actually have, indeed, you have larger outliners. So the bullets are a little further away from each other. In comparison to the PPSH, which is this one, it's double the amount of bullets though. More than double the amount of bullets actually. It seems to be... Well, actually, if you look in the total pattern, I mean, this is a larger area. This is still quite centered, actually, but it does have a few of those crazy outliners. So I'll grab the Thompson as well. If I can find the ID, it's 32. I can shoot twice the amount, that might actually be a good idea. So first up close, it's gonna be again 10-50 meters without controlling it, starting at roughly the same height. So let's have a quick look. So this is actually the MP40. I didn't crouch, right? Maybe I did crouch. No, I didn't crouch. This is in comparison to the MP40, it goes slightly higher. But again, it seems like it's slightly going up in a left-turn pattern. So the pattern is actually still quite similar. But the bullets come slightly lower, so it goes up slightly less on the MP40. And the PPSH obviously goes much higher than that, but then again it also has 71 bullets. So. And I will fire one in aimed mode. Ah, crap, they're rebooting the server. No, that's not fair. They hate me. This is the server being used by the testers at the moment, and they're still actually in the office. And whatever I do, they have a priority on it because they're updating and working with the 1.10 update. So if there's new fixes, they have to actually redeploy it and get the new fixes out. So at the Kunop, who says such communication much wow, this is something I know beforehand. It's simply the testers have priority on the test server because it is a test server. They have priority on the test server over me because testing goes on when I'm streaming. So I can actually try a different server, hold on. But I'm not sure if I don't think cheats are enabled there, and I can't go on that one. Let's see. Reboot usually takes like 20-25 minutes. So let's see if I can do something on here. At Cibison, I cannot spawn these weapons with modifications. I can only spawn them without the modification. So if I want to do that, which is perfectly possible, I need to actually set it up beforehand. So holy crap, what are you doing? So I need to set it up beforehand, or else it will not work. I don't know what the hell. It's getting too dark in here for my green screen. My green screen doesn't like this. Screw it. It's gonna be a little blurry on the stream, sorry. It's been a bit messy. So I cannot actually test it with the mods unless I prepare it beforehand. And then I need a clear list of weapons which I want to show beforehand. Because I cannot spawn them with them. So I have to switch between characters non-stop. Synchronizing gamers. They're breaking my servers. It's not very nice of them. I don't think this is working. Typec 83, this is actually the same recoil shown on live. So it's basically, there is no difference. I'll just start up live and wait until the test server is back up. So what I show you is actually just to show you guys how the bullets actually react. So it's not going to be different yet in 1.10. We should probably do it again if we adjust the cone fire at some point. It should be interesting. Why does it? Yeah, the war just ended, so I cannot play war. Doodle Pierce, why is the zoom animation so much quicker on the Johnson compared to the STG-44? To my knowledge, there is no difference, but I could be wrong about that. I would have to ask actually about that. I think it's the same. I actually have the PPSH modded, I think, on this character, don't I? Hold on, let me have a look. I thought I did. No. No. Let's have a look. I should have it on one of those characters. It is this one. Actually, well, tell me what modification should I use. Right now I have the P41 ammunition, field adjusted sights, and the field trigger job for slightly extra rate of fire. Is there something totally different I should use? At mid-tier, this is my Redo account, which means this is actually the only account that I have which I haven't grinded myself. So there is no, I'll just, since there is no war battle at the moment, I'll just use this. What you doing? You're destructing my chair? Yes, you are. Don't destruct my chair. Vector, I simply, it doesn't make any difference. I just prefer to play war. I don't know why, but just prefer it. So I'm on the PPSH now? Yes, I am. I have a long spawn time though, because I forgot to unequip the anti-personnel mines, but I will do that for the next one. Yeah, I would do that if... Actually, I might have it. Yeah, I can show off the ME410 as well. But in general, I haven't flown in a good while, so it's gonna be difficult for me either way. Just gonna check how much I'm affected by the stream. I have to cancel this, pause the stream for a second, because it plays actually quite a lot with my ping, and I don't know how to resolve that. Seems pretty comfortable. Ah, no first reload either. That's gonna take forever. Vector changing game engines, I don't know anything about. I would say it's right now we're gonna stick to this one. Where is it? Yeah, no fast reload, that's a pain. Yeah. I don't have that one equipped. I should equip it though. Who told you? I mean, we're doing a lot of 2 optimizations, but as far as I know, we're not switching to a new game engine yet. was one closer, but he wasn't. There's Crew X Heroine X. There's supposed to be new helmet designs coming in the next update as well. So I think not sure which one. I wouldn't be able to give you the names, but they're coming. Typeg 83, I do know about the scope issue. I'm not actually, I think it has been reported, I'm pretty sure. I'm not QA myself, but I can imagine it being reported already. I do think it is partially related to the terrain system beneath though. So I'm not sure how easy it actually will be to fix. I think there's a guy behind. Or did he die? German soldier H3, no, we're probably never gonna get rid of the post-war stuff. We consider them to be a vanity item, and as such we're also quite lenient with the camouflages that we use. And I think the best guy you can ask about that is Cristiano. He knows a lot. I think he's the guy dealing with this mostly right now. He's terminates. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, come on! Eight bullets, that's gonna be close. That's not mine. The Vulcan render OpenGL. Do the peers? I have no clue. I'm not usually inquiring about that stuff. At the mate with no name, the reason for this is because of the high amount of players actually trying to do that. But in terms then, actually, there's not sufficient amount of matches with infantry for them to join in. So that's pretty much the reason why the queue can be quite long as tankers or pilots. Hopefully the tank specific maps will help in that regard. And my cat, don't sit in front of the screen. Yes, thank you. No, yeah, I love you very much too. Please. Kitty, kitty, tail in my face. At Disastro, are you planning to make any update to the weekend class? Yes, we definitely are. Just don't know when, but we are planning an update to the weekend system, and we will most likely, once again, most likely, also have a look at the spotting system along with that. So. At Burnout DV, that's why is it 60 FPS but it looks super pixely. That's probably because the output settings for my stream are set on quite low. It's what has been recommended to me in order to not kill off everything with Twitch. The bitrate is also set very low, so it could be a lot of reasons actually that causes the slightly lower quality. Maybe I should try to up that a bit someday. I also try to fix the horrendous mechanical keyboard stuff, but fails. So that is also not fixed. But that's gonna hurt. Has enabled the printer. He is doing awesome. And he's sitting on top of it like, what the hell did I just do? It looks fairly interesting. Maybe I can touch it. Vector, Rito, what was his reader name again? No, TPD is no longer working for Rito, that's correct. Please show the profit and repair cost of this match. Actually, what did I spend? I spent 2,236 and I gained, what is this, 4,600. So it's 2k, more than 2k profit. And that was a 12-minute battle, didn't capture that much, did I? Oh, actually I captured 3 times, but my score wasn't that high. It's only 413. So that's killing doesn't gain that much. So I can actually, oh no, I can't show in comparison. So, but I spent 2,236. It was actually my first victory of the day. So we wanted to say the ME410. I have to be honest though, I haven't flown in a while. Actually, in a like a year, maybe. It's this one, right? Should I fly with APCR or HE? Or do you want me to fly against ground targets or air targets? Because I'm assuming you want me to fly it on air targets. I'll probably turn down the volume of it because the planes are quite noisy. There we go. Let's see if I can actually find a match. I can't unequip it. So I'm. It could be that I'm forced to fly with the Messer because I can't unequip it. But I'll equip armor piercing on this as well. I haven't flown in ages, really in ages, so should be interesting. He did not get fired, Factor. Well, although he was a big noob. He was a really big noob. I mean, he told me I was a noob, so I told him back he was a noob, and then he was like me. I'm out of here. Now it's unfortunate that he left, but. Oh yeah, actually I can. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry. But I'm in a battle with heavy fighter, so I forgot about that. But I'm lucky. This is heavy fighter, so that's good. Actually, okay, we're fighting against US. Let's see. I just need to check my input settings. Is that yeah? That's mouse step. Yeah, I think this is what I usually try to fly with. Once again, I'm not that good at flying, so. I'm not sure if they actually have pilots. They don't seem to have pilots. Oh, there's one. No, I haven't flown in ages, so give me a small break, and I will try to fix it. Ah, come on. Yeah, that was bound to happen, of course. Oh, killed him first, though. I'm gonna survive. No, I'm not. It's a lie. Yeah, Burnout, I'm a terrible flyer. I mean, generally when I fly, I'm a bomber. I absolutely suck at dogfighting. I always have. It's quite terrible. Yeah, the weather, man, it's terrible. Whoa, there's a tank shooting at me. And an AA! No, that's actually another one. Nah, no fair. Come on. Come on! Oh shit! I knew I should have pulled up before that. Ah, god, I'm so. Yeah, I know, Burnout. It's getting too dark outside. I actually have a screen, a light. Extra light. I haven't installed it yet, but it got dark really fast all of a sudden, so. I'm not flying with HE at the moment, I'm flying with APCR. You can pull up. I mean, it's just if you increase the speed so much, then you can't pull up, but that's the same with everything. Oh, there's a third now. So, but you see the problem actually is that generally I can stand my guard against one of them. It's just that right now I'm flying against 3 P-38s. And we have simply seen that this is an issue. Is that the matchmaking generally there's a lot more guys trying to fight with the P-38 than there is with the other heavy fighters. So the chances that you are actually getting outmatched in terms of amount of planes in the air is fairly big. Because I think I'm the only one flying on my side. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one flying on my side, and they already have 3 P-38s now. So. Oh, somebody just, I think somebody just shot a plane out of the air. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I see. And they're actually quite working together quite neatly. It's fairly interesting. Oh my god! I suck at flying. But in terms of mobility, it's it doesn't look like a big of a difference. But I haven't flown very long, so. Ow! Cat is attacking me again. Oh, what? I did shoot him out before. But it counted as an accident? Come on, he rammed into me. Yeah, you're definitely. That is actually my assumption as well, Xeater. That because it was moved to the heavy fighter category. So, yeah. But it could be an interesting idea to actually do some sales on the heavy fighters for the other two factions. So there's a plane on my left, heavily smoking. I'll take care of him. Woo! Why can't I? Oh, I can eject. Hold on. Freedom! No! You shall not touch me! Bring it at me, boy. Come on. Ah! The problem at the end with buffing because it's actually been put on the list to look at the overall plane balance versus the AAs as well. If we buff the AA, then the recon plane is going to be even easier to kill. Is that a plane on the right? Oh shit, he's up there. Were you hit? Accidentally pressed the button. There's a fourth! There's 4 of them now. I'll die and spawn again and kill them. No, I think the M410, back when we released them, if I recall correctly, this one is the fastest, or was it the Soviet one? But this one is the best against ground targets. The Soviet one was, I think, the fastest in turning, and the P-38 was a bit in between. There we go. But it's like I'm flying against 4 planes now, so. right now it's practically impossible anyway, and apparently it seems that whenever because they actually when you look at the general class balance, I think oh, actually we have quite a few weekends as well, but the opposite team actually has a lot of weekends as well, so it's a lot of special classes all the time, and that is something we simply need to address, and I hope that's going to happen at least a bit with the class specific maps. Should help a bit. I'm having a hard time estimating the yeah, come on, Bill. I'm not gonna die on your hands. Come on. Now I'm gonna kill you with my wrench. No, come on. He bumped me. A disaster, it's too soon to talk about that specifically. Once it actually entered the full design phase and implementation phase, we should probably have a lot of talks about what it's going to be in. Yes! Oh, I don't think you think the repair course would be that bad? I did kill 6 planes. I died 9 times, but I killed 6 planes. The mate with no name, which new vehicle will come with the Armor 2.0? I think one of the biggest changes is actually going to be the change of how they work. So let's start with that. So I know there are still some plans for the heavy tank destroyers, but I think the vehicle update is just going to be the vehicle update. Actually, I'm not 100% sure of that either. Ooh, there's the guy. Hold on. I want to kill the guy in the AAV there. Oh, it was a friendly. He killed a friendly. That's interesting. Oh, I'm getting too low speeds. Ah, his body comes to help. That's not nice. Not nice. And a third body. And a fourth body. Stop turning. But if I don't turn, they will shoot me in my ass anyway. Go straight. Sure, I'll go straight. Let's see how that works. Oh, he's behind me already. he's coming from below, that's not nice. Ah, he got me already. So, oh, you want me to fly fast and straight? What? So, yeah, but the boom and zoom... I'm not that good at flying to do that stuff, man. He's already... Oh, he's... Ah! This guy's actually... Ooh, he's dropping bombs on me. Oh, he's flying upside down. I don't know how to do this with these flight controls. I know how to do that with the other ones, but not with these. It's too difficult. He definitely seems to be using the debug controls. I haven't used those in ages, so I'm a little hesitant to use those as well. So is this plane actually, am I gonna get speed faster than him? Probably not, right? Well, it looks to be going faster than he does. So all I do is have to evade a little shots. La, la, la. But it loses a lot of... Oh shit, he's there. Oh! Well, I think in general, but that is also the way with tanks. With the implementation of APCR, whenever a tank fires first, you're generally the one who kills him, because no matter what you do, it penetrates. And I think, or actually I'm pretty sure that Cristiano is aware of this system as well, so basically, you know, it would be nice because the vehicle update is not going to be just tanks, it's also going to have a look at the planes, so it would be very, very nice to see that actually, to see the APCR on tanks and on planes getting sort of rebalanced as well. Because right now, dogfighting is indeed, whenever somebody is behind you, it's very difficult to lose him, especially for me because I'm not an experienced pilot. But in general, it's... you can end it very, very fast if you have one good strafe run. And it would be interesting to see longer dogfights. Yeah, it is pavement, and it's. I think that's. I mean, that's. We're not going to change anything to the tanks right now, so that's pretty much going to be the case until the new vehicle system is implemented, which will, yeah, make the entire gameplay around vehicles completely different. Maybe not directly in the first iteration. We will see significant changes, but definitely in the upcoming iterations. I'm not sure in how many parts they want to implement it, but. Oh shit. Yeah, that's 2-0. Where the hell is he? Oh, come on. I suck with pistols. I never used a pistol. Do we have a second? Oh, I thought we had a second pilot, but it was an APC. Oh, he's above me. Should have flown higher. I hate this oil. Oh, unlucky. I like the camo they have. Access Slam, to be fairly honest, I think we had the summit and we talked a lot with the players, and I did forward the letter, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily need a response. I mean, your feedback has been noted. We've seen plenty of feedback everywhere, so I've read it myself, and there wasn't really that much of response material, like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, because I mean, in general, it's not really what the summit was for. They represented by talking, and they did a lot of that, and we did a lot of that, and whether or not Rebjorn replies to that letter is not up to me. That is up to him. Or you can keep mailing. That's fine by me if you want to keep mailing. It's just yeah. It's been signed by over 600 players. Well, for starters, that is absolute nonsense. What you're saying, there is not 600 player names below that letter. There is clans below that letter. So the fact that those clans might be 600 players is a different story. Being a priority or not is an entirely different matter. So I mean, we also. You want Rita Rebjorn to respond to a letter you have sent to him. So is that a priority? No, it's not, because Rita Rebjorn is not a community manager. Rita Rebjorn is a developer and a game director. So is that a priority? No, because he probably doesn't even have the time to respond to it. So if you want an actual response, then you should just post it on the forums. Because that is where the community managers get the chance to have a look at it and potentially respond to it. So is it a priority for him? No. It's as simple as that. Given how busy everybody is right now on working on a lot of different stuff, yeah. It's simply not what he is for. Even though, of course, he does the Q&A on my stream, and he makes time for that. But he's not a community manager, so you can't expect him to respond on every single request that he has. You should see how many times he gets That's how many times he gets tagged in forum posts, how many times he gets PMs and stuff like that. He cannot respond to them all. It's impossible. I'm just gonna do. Yeah, sure, throw it up there, kitty. I'm just gonna do a quick giveaway because I forgot. So I'm gonna open a giveaway. I'm gonna try it with a timer just to see how that works. So in the meantime, it's gonna be exclamation mark gold. I just want to see if this works. It's an even. That was my cat saying hi. In case you saw him popping up on the screen. That is yeah. That's yeah. It's opened. It should run for 120 seconds. But it doesn't seem to be. Oh, it does. There is actually a timer. Yeah, there is a timer. No, but I think you have to keep a clear difference in mind. I mean, there's a lot of people who need to talk to Webion on a daily basis internally as well. So it's difficult. I did forward it, but it's not up to me to send a reply. And if you do want an actual reply from someone from Rido, I'm not sure why it specifically has to be him, but if you do want a reply from someone, did I put it on 2 hours? I put it on 2 hours, didn't I? Oh, that's gonna be horrible. I'm gonna let it run a little shorter. But if you do want a reply, you have to send it to someone else. It's as simple as that. Or wait for a long time because he doesn't have this amount of time to respond to longer. Well, if it has to be Webion, well, that's like I said. Don't expect a reply. He's very busy. Did I just... Kitty, unmute my sound, please. Kitty. I know who X-Head Slam is, but once again, to be honest, in my personal opinion, I'm not going to value one veteran player over another. It's once again, it's partially, of course, also quantity. If a lot of people support the same idea or support the same feedback, it becomes a different story. But to say that somebody has priority on getting an answer over someone else is simply not true. So I'm gonna stop the giveaway in 5 seconds. Close. And I'm going to pick a winner. And that is Werewalker. Werewalker, please speak up in chat. Werewalker, please speak up in chat. I still do not see a chat message from Werewalker, so if he does not respond in, say, 20 seconds, I'm going to pick a new winner. Please respond in chat. Still no typing in chat by the looks of it. So I am actually going to pick. Yeah, I'm going to pick a new winner because he doesn't seem to be here. So new winner is Vertum SH. Vertum SH, please type something in chat. Vertum SH, please type something in chat. Yes, Vertum. Oh, yes, and my cat is catching your name. He's very anxious to catch your name on my screen. So, Vertum SH, please get in touch with me. That would be at Heroes and Generals. Actually, I'll type a message to you if I get the opportunity. How do I do that? Is that this button? No. How the hell do we chat with you? Double click it. Maybe. Okay. What is with this chat? It's you. Yes. So, hi. And I'm going to pick a second winner because there always is a second winner, and Werewalker failed to be here, so I'm going to pick another winner, which is Xanatos HNG. Please type something in chat. Hey, there we go. And he already typed something. So, yeah, and with that, it's already been 1.5 hours. So, yeah, you wrote in chat. So, I contacted both of you, and you will receive a voucher from me. Yes, I picked 2 winners, guys. No panic. Don't panic. I picked 2 winners. There's always 2 winners on my stream. Relax. Everybody take a deep breath. There's 2 winners. I've sent them a chat message, and I will send you guys the vouchers. So relax, guys. There is 2 winners. Take a deep breath. I know he typed in chat. And unfortunately, because Rito Hates is not here, I'll have to do it myself. So, are you guys even receiving my chat messages? I hope so. Oh. Do you see my chat message? I always wondered if this worked, because I did this last week as well and nobody ever responded to me like, hi, I'm here. Are you guys seeing my chat messages, or is this just totally random? Okay, good, awesome. So with that, I'm going to end the stream. Next week is going to be the Q&A and Y stream, and this is going to be on the original time at 3 p.m. Actually, I'm not sure if it's going to be a Q&A Y stream. Might actually be a dev stream, but it's going to be at the original time because I started 1 hour later at 4 o'clock for the simple reason that I couldn't make it at 3 o'clock, which was internet issues as well. So next week is going to be at 3 o'clock. There's going to be a new stream, and I'll be back in most likely either 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And well, I wish you guys a nice afternoon/evening, and I'll be back and see you later.